Stay tuned for urban legends to ghostly tales of the paranormal, because now it's time for
Message on the Wall.
This is Message on the Wall and Black Aggie. At the Druid Ridge Cemetery in Pikesville, Maryland, there was once a life-size bronze statue of a seated mourning angel. It had been placed there by Felix Agnes to become a memorial to watch over his family, and soon the statue became known as Black Aggie. Stories sprang up about the statue, such as it being haunted because it rested at the head of the grave of a woman who had been badly abused. No one could deny the eerie feel, even during the day, with the angel's head covered by a shroud and arms that looked as though they could reach out at any moment. People would visit the cemetery just to see the statue. She also attracted young people who readily made up stories to frighten, especially those set to do initiation rites. Those wild stories, such as if you spoke Black Aggie's name 3 times while looking in a mirror, the angel would appear and pull you down into hell. Another was that if you sat on her lap at night, she would come to life and crush you to death. It was one dark night when a young boy, hopeful of being accepted into a fraternity, was challenged to sit on Black Aggie's lap. 2 fraternity members watched from a distance to make sure the boy kept his end of the deal. But then dark clouds covered what little light the moon gave them. On hearing a yell from the boy, they ran to the statue to see Black Aggie animated with life, her eyes glowing red as she fixed her gaze upon them, while holding the young boy in a deathly crush. Too frightened to do more, the boys ran away. A cemetery attendant also heard the boy's screams, but by the time he got there the boy was dead, not from being crushed, but from fright. A more truer story is that in 1962 one of the arms was sawn off and later found in the possession of a sheet metal worker. In his defence, he claimed that Black Aggie had cut off her own arm and given it to him. This was something the judge didn't believe, and the man was sentenced to jail for the theft. The story brought more people to visit the statue, and soon there was graffiti with names and messages being scrawled on its plinth, as well as the statue itself. With so much mindless destruction, it was in 1967 that the Agnes family decided to donate Black Aggie to the Smithsonian Institute, and from there she seemed to disappear. Over the years, people tried to find out where the statue was, with claims that the Smithsonian had her in storage. But then, in 1996, a writer for a small newspaper tracked down Black Aggie. Even now, people still go to the Druid Ridge Cemetery to look for the grieving angel. But that is not where you will find her. Instead, you can see Black Aggie at the Federal Courts Building in Washington, D.C., in the courtyard of the Dolly Madison House. You have been listening to Message on the Wall, brought to you in association with Paranormal Parodies. You can find Paranormal Parodies at paranormal-parodies.com.